Okay, I'll keep this fairly brief. This is a thermostat and a water pump from a BMW Z4 E85 2.2 SE, and it was registered 2004. It's got 140,000 miles on the clock, and it's been losing a little bit of coolant, and it's not been visible really as to where the coolant has been leaking from. And so I had no idea. I've got no record in the paperwork for this vehicle when these were last changed. And these are both BMW parts, both branded BMW. And when I took the tray off, the under engine tray, I could see some evidence of coolant tracking down the engine block behind the flywheel, which suggested it was coming from either the thermostat housing or the pump housing. As it turns out, it was coming from both. I decided to change them because I couldn't find any evidence of it losing coolant from anywhere else. It wasn't losing very much. Occasionally, very occasionally, there'd be a teaspoonful of coolant sat in the dimple in the tray after it had been running. But you can see here, this is the seal on the thermostat, and you can see the seal is not only degraded, but there's evidence of coolant and contaminants and all sorts of rubbish having breached the seal and passing and bypassing it. There's also, you can see, that's the electrical connection. In here, you can see it's been leaking around the electrical connection and pooling in this cavity here. So I've no idea when these were last changed. Are these original at 140,000 miles? I can't imagine they are, but the bolts were seized, and that bolt in particular on the underside of the thermostat, I had to chisel it out. I had to use a chisel, a very long chisel, because it had been rounded off. So somebody has tried to get this out in the past unsuccessfully. Anyway, the pump, again, those M6 bolts through there are threaded in to extract it. They push on the engine block to push it out. But here you can see this is the underside. So this semicircular section here is the underside of it. The coolant has bypassed the seal, and you can see the residue from this pretty much all the way around. It's particularly bad at the bottom, and I think it was, but the seals are very, very hard. There's no elasticity in them at all. So if you're struggling to find your coolant leak, you can't find any real evidence, and you don't know when the pump and the thermostat was last changed, it's well worth having a look, because the seals on these are no longer capable of providing any seal at all. They are so hard and so degraded and compacted that simply the heating and cooling of the engine is enough to break the seal between them and for the coolant to bypass, and that's what's happening here. Anyway, I'm wittering. I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you.